Hey guys, it's me back for story number 3 to start week number 2. So hope everybody's holding on out there and doing the best they can and following CDC guidelines and just trying to make it through. You know, this isn't going to last forever, although it does feel like it sometimes. So this story takes place when I moved back to Buena Vista. So I was born in Colorado in Salida, but lived in Buena Vista until I was 3, and then I lived in Chadron, Nebraska through 8th grade. So we have just moved back. And I'm meeting some people, and I meet these 3 friends, Adam and Jeff and Josh, and it's kind of, meeting new people, kind of excited about high school and whatever. And so it's kind of getting towards the end of summer, football's getting ready to start, and they ask if I want to go camping. So I have no idea what to expect. Like, Jeff's going to be a junior, the other 3 of us are going to be freshmen, so I don't know if we're like going up in the mountains, whatever, but we end up camping across the street from Adam's house, and it's like in this like triangular region, probably no more than 100 yards long, and it's really basically in town, so not quite as cool as I'd hope, but whatever. So we're camping there, and so we're just like hanging out of the tent. I've literally like never really camped at this point in my life, and so the first thing we do is we sneak across town, probably like a mile and a half, 2 miles, to this girl Darcy's house. And Darcy's family, I still don't know what her parents did, but they've done pretty well for themselves, have one of the nicer houses, and they have like a guest house, and it's like basically like a game room. And so we're playing games out there, and it's like some girls are all pretty cute, so it's a pretty fun night. But I'm like super paranoid that her parents are going to come out, and she's like, they never come out. Like, we do this all the time. We're not supposed to have boys over, but they don't ever come out here. So start talking about her dad, and her dad, like, nobody knows what her dad does. He's like a consultant or whatever. So we start talking like, well, maybe he works for the CIA, and she's like, but we have talked about it. Nobody really knows. So we're playing pool. We're like halfway through a game, and I happen to look up, and he's coming out, and he's got like a plate of cookies, and I'm like, oh my god, guys, her dad's coming. They're like, oh, he's gonna kill us. So we don't even say anything, we just take off running. So I'm running, and they're out before me, and I hear the plate of cookies crash, so like breaks, and I turn back, and this dude is running after us, and he is a big man, like 6'4", and he looks scary as hell. So we're running, and they're all in front of me, and we get to this fence, and they're all littler guys, and they just hop over the fence. Well, I've never been good at climbing fences or pull-ups or, push-ups, sit-ups. So I'm trying to climb over this fence, and I start, and I'm about almost over, and he grabs my foot, and I'm wearing a pair of Jordans. It's like the only pair of Jordans I've ever had. And he's got my foot, and he's pulling on me. Well, my friends, Adam and Jeff and Josh, they're pulling on me, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, he's got me, he's going to kill me. And so they keep pulling, and eventually it's like a tall fence, and I break like one piece of wood on the fence. It breaks, and I fall over, and the back part must have hit him. Well, he lets me go, and we just take off, and we look back, and he's like looking through the fence. He's like, I'm gonna get you. So we're running. Well, I have one shoe, and he took my Jordan. I'm like, he took my Jordans. They're like, who cares? We gotta run. So we run basically a mile and a half, 2 miles back to the tent. And I have one shoe, and we're like running. I kicked a sprinkler off, which I felt bad about. I went back a couple days later to check and see if they'd got it fixed. But so we get back to the tent, and now it's probably like, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock at night, something like that. And a bunch of people know we're camping there. So we're just camping, trying to like settle down. We're laying in the tent, talking, whatever. And a rock hits the tent, and it like hits one of my friend's head, basically. And so we come out, we got flashlights, and we're trying to figure out who it was. Well, kind of across the street from where we're camping, there's this hermit guy, and he's kind of crazy. He's got like Confederate flags, and he's just known to be a little crazy around town. Well, we accidentally shine a flashlight on his house, and we hear him yell out at us like, get out of my property, whatever. And so we leave that alone. So we go back to the tent, lay back down. Well, a little while later, someone comes and throws a rock again. So we're out searching for him. We can't find anybody, and we happen to shine our light accidentally on this hermit's place. And I still don't know to this day, but I hear him yell, and then he shoots a gun. So I'm sure it wasn't aimed at us, but I don't actually know. So we take off running, and all of a sudden we hear police sirens. And so we're trying to run back to the tent. Well, a police car is coming from that way. So we take off the other direction. We run down by the Arkansas River, and we go down by the river, and we're hiding, like literally like in the brush, hiding. And Adam, the smallest of all of us, has on a white t-shirt. So he takes off this t-shirt, and he's like, literally, we're cuddled up. I've known him for like one day, right? We're like cuddled up, and police are searching for us, and we're like, are we in trouble? What do we do? And we don't know, but we're kids, and we're boys, and we're idiots. So we just lay down there, right? For like an hour. The police are looking for us. They're like shining spotlights on us, but they can't see us. We're like, just don't move, just don't move. So we lay down here, like literally in the bush, behind trees, inside leaves, branches, and we're just laying there for an hour. So finally the police leave, everything disperses, and we wait a little bit longer, and we're like, all right, we're gonna get back to the tent. So we go back up, and there's probably like, I don't know, 100 yards of open space that we have to cover. So we're trying to plan it out, and we're like, well, I don't know, let's just run as fast as we can. So that's what we decided to do. So we take off running, and again, I don't know what happened here, but I'm assuming the hermit, not positive, could have been Darcy Bender's dad, I don't know, but somebody fires a gun again. Well, as this happens, I happen to step on like a pine cone on my bare foot, or my sock foot, I guess, and I fall. Well, this is right as the gun fires. So like these guys are running, I get up and I'm running. We run all the way back to the tent. We're like unzipping the tent, freaking out. They're like, "Did you get shot?" And I'm like, No, I just fell down." They're like, "Oh my God, thank God." So we get into the tent and we are trying to like act like we've been at this tent. So we're like, if anybody comes, just like breathe easy. Like we've been here the whole time, but it is so hard to do this. We're like terrified and exhausted from the whole night. And so we're in the tent and we're like all breathing like, right? So a car pulls up. The road's probably like 30 yards away from where we're camping. So the car turns and the lights are like shining directly onto our tent. Well, then a shadow's on the tent and we can hear footsteps, and it's definitely a grown man. That's all I know for sure. And walking over towards us, and we're like trying to breathe, and we're like trying to act like we've been there the whole night, right? Well, whoever it is gets right next to the tent, turns off his flashlight, and is just standing there, and like the shadow is like over the tent, and it is terrifying. And he probably stands there for like, I don't know, a minute, 2 minutes, and Jeff decides to say something. He's like, "Hey, it's been fun, guys, being in by the tent all night, just by ourselves, just hanging out in the tent." And we, for some reason, it just like breaks the tension. We all start laughing, and the guy turns, walks away, gets to the car, and drives away. And so I still don't know who it was to this day. So we end up falling asleep, and the next morning it seems like some great adventure, but in the end I lost my Jordans and made an enemy out of Darcy Bender's dad, so that was no good. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the story, and I hope you're doing all right out there. Miss you guys, love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.